everyone, it's NonnaGrace and I'm from Western New York. I was just telling Jim that I don't have a lot of views on Monday, and he goes, today's not Monday, today's Tuesday. And I go, well, what happened to Monday? And he said, it went by.
You rode a motorcycle.
Well, with my kids coming yesterday, it felt like Sunday. But apparently it wasn't. Well, I have a little video to put in, and it's actually kind of long, so I hope you have a drink or something to entertain you. I'm taking you on a walk, and I'll tell you stuff along the way. So it's a walk, but it's got talk to it too. So let's just go to that video. I've been trying to do a little bit of extra walking. Today we're going to walk a little bit. So hope you enjoy this little walk. I'm going to walk down to, it's a deer sign is what it's called, what it is. My mother, when she was living with us, she had to walk to the deer sign, and that was how far she wanted to walk. And no matter how you said that's too far, she insisted, and so we walked to the deer sign. So let's just walk. The sad part about walking here is you have to go up one way, and then you turn around and you come back the same way. That's the downside of this area that I live in. I would love to live where you had sidewalks and you could walk a block. Cars are going by. Here, the block would be over 5 miles long, but that would give me my 6 miles of walking to supper kind of walk. You would have to deal with dogs. Their rows of Sharon bushes are doing well. They've got 2 bushes there. Two more bushes, but they've got a lot of weed. Yesterday when I was walking, I saw this pink thing on the ground, and guess what they are? It's a pair of panties. You never know what you're going to find. One time I had a foster child that was running away, and she walked down this highway with no shoes on and wearing her pajamas. And she actually got a ride. Somebody picked her up. Today, people in their pajamas would not be frowned upon, but in the 80s, that was kind of a no-no, and in the 90s, early 90s, I don't know when people started wearing pajamas to go out in public, but it's kind of strange. I remember when that house was just a garage, and they've turned it into a house, but the people that are there now are not taking care of their yard like the people before them used to have it mowed so pretty. They really need to do a lot of yard work over there. I've never seen this sign here before, but when you walk, you're surprised at what you will see. But it says, "Home of the free because of the brave. Support our sons and daughters in our military." And there's the sign. Up this driveway is the church where you drop off your clothes. It's got the clothing shed. This house over here, boy, they're building a beautiful porch. That was Floyd and Mary Colt's house at one time. It was hit by a car, but man, they're doing a lot of work on it. Probably looks brand new inside. That house has changed a lot. There used to be a younger couple living there, and the one shot herself in that far bedroom, the one on the very end. She shot herself. And now a girl that I know lives there. There's just the cement pad that used to have the frat house. It looks really small, but that's what was there at one time. It was a fraternity house. When the schools allowed fraternities, they don't allow them anymore in the schools. And the house over there is where I used to go for my majorette practice, when I would go for twirling the baton. My daughter and her husband like to go up this driveway, and there's a camp in the back, and it's owned by my son-in-law's mother. The land is. This is her house. Years ago, because we did foster care in this house, the lady did foster care, they used to confuse this house with my house, but actually it's 7 houses away from my house.
Morning.
Good morning. I can't even see you. The grass.
That's the idea.
The grass really hides the person that's behind it. Hi.
Hi. Have a good day.
You too, thank you. We're almost to the cheese house, almost. I had bought an old pump organ from this house when the little old lady lived here, and I gave the pump organ to the depot just as a gift, and they have it on display there. It's over 100 years old. Well, we're entering the town of Pomfret. And the cheese house is just a little more on the other side of this. What we used to call a cheese house. This is what we used to call the cheese house. It was a cheese house for a while. It was also an ice cream place, and this is the only place I was allowed to drive my bicycle. I remember the first time on the highway, I was afraid because of the traffic. It's loud and scary, and I remember going into the ditch and my brother laughing at me because I went into the ditch with my bicycle because I was afraid of the big truck that was going by. But this is the cheese house. We've gone a mile. Now we shall return. We are going back to the town of Portland. We'll cross the street so you can read this other sign. It says, Home of Marmaduke and Brad Anderson. I don't know if you know who Marmaduke is. It was a character in the newspaper on the comic page. Well, he used to live here. We actually have a statue of him in near the town hall. This is where the old lady built a house after she moved from the one where I bought the organ. She moved over to this place. And she built this big house, and she's now living there. She's got a little greenhouse, it looks like. That's pretty nice. I would love to have one of those. I live in an area that is so windy that every time we've tried, it's just blown away. There's the house of the young man that spoke to me that I couldn't see because of the grass. He doesn't want to be on the video, so I won't be putting him in. But that's his house. He built it right next door to his mother's house. And back to the deer sign. Well, we're back home. Just a little further and we'll be in the yard. It was a good walk. I took a mile down and a mile back. That's a 2-mile walk for today, along with whatever steps I get during the day. The kids drew a hopscotch on the driveway. That was a good walk, and I left the door wide open, so if anybody wanted to come, they could have come. You got to see one direction of my walking to go to a mile. I actually said that was the ice cream place, but no, the ice cream place was actually next door, but it's so grown in that you wouldn't even notice it. The trees and everything were coming right through the roof, but the cheese house was right next door to where the ice cream place was.
They used to have the best of cheese. Well,
They did.
We used to go down, my dad used to go down there.
And we used to be able to ride our bike there, and it was a mile from my end of my road, and it's a mile from our house. Well, have a great day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.